So you have to lean into things that you're really, really afraid of. One of the things that I've learned is that I'm afraid of a lot of things. I'm afraid of speaking in public like this. I'm afraid of what people are going to say. I'm afraid of, being mocked. I'm afraid of a lot of different things. And what I've learned, I'm afraid of that I might lose my job. And what I've learned is that you simply have to lean into it and embrace the fact of what you're doing. So if you don't know me, I'm Professor Dave Massack. I'm Associate Professor of Innovation, Strategy, and Entrepreneurship. And I created this whole reciprocity project to give back as much as I possibly can. There's so many people that help me out that I wanted to pay the favor for it to help you out. So I created a sharing economy editing platform. That's what reciprocity is. Go check it out. The E is written with a 3. I do appreciate it. If you want, you can buy credits. It's amazing. I greatly, greatly appreciate it, because then we can grow this project a little more. There's lots of different resources there. But what I wanted to talk about is I'm afraid to do this. This is something that's very scary for me. And for many years, it was very scary for me to openly talk about the Reciprocity Project to other people that I meet. Maybe it's I do things on for the entire first year. I did not want to tell anybody this idea that I had and working on it. And then for the entire next 2 more years, So there was a slight interruption. I apologize. So I was, afraid to tell people what I was doing for the couple years. I was really, on doing things on YouTube. That was kind of the sort of target that I was looking at. And I was doing talking a fair bit on there. It wasn't getting a lot of traction, or it didn't seem that way. It's a very slow growth on YouTube. And the website itself that I was building was not really, it was really not getting that much traction. And even today, I'm really nervous about talking about it to, various people, particularly at work. I want to keep my job. I'm nervous because people might perceive this as I'm not doing the right thing. In academia, there's this so there's not only with your own current job, I'm nervous about that because it's sort of outside activity, and that is frowned upon. I have to actually write contractual obligations to say that I'm doing outside activities. It's not as clear as what people think it is, and it's not the norm. And then in the greater academia, it is really frowned upon to do anything that's not research related. And I strongly feel that as somebody that is fairly young and doing something that is different. And it is very clearly not a thing that is generally condoned to not only speak publicly on some sort of platform like this, on podcasts or on YouTube or wherever, but also to do something entrepreneurial. It is really not a great, it's just considered a complete waste of time, and you're not doing the thing that you're not supposed to be doing. And that makes me afraid a lot of times. I get comments, on a fairly regular basis, or, thoughts or whatever, people sort of looking in an odd way. And, it does make me afraid to do these things. But what I've learned is that I have to own it. I have to lean into it. I have to really know that it's important to grab a hold of that uncertainty or grab a hold of that fear and really, really lean into it and just own the fact that I'm actually doing this thing. Because if I hold back, it's almost as if the other people won, and I've been sort of pushed or silenced, or I have an idea that I think can actually change the world and have a very positive impact, not only in academia but in all sorts of different domains. And I need to speak openly about that. So me doing this and leaning into it, right now in this very moment, I have a sort of nervous feeling in the pit of my stomach. I have to very much lean into it, and I have to very much embrace what I'm doing and know that this is a good thing. And for those of you who are doing similar things, whether it's entrepreneurial or innovative, or maybe you're an academic and you're doing something that you strongly believe in, or whatever, you're doing something that's, maybe you're an academic and you're doing research that's in a taboo area. Could you imagine being the McKinsey, I guess it's McKinsey, I can't remember the exact name, but the first sex researchers that were out there that were really leaning into understanding what was going on, or blanking on the guy's name, but he looked at the did the breaching experiments. I think it was Blau. But can you imagine these people doing sort of very innovative research and pushing the domains, and people sort of balking at that? And that's where I think where I'm at right now is doing this, because I know that we're at an interface right now where entrepreneurship, innovation, and research can really intersect and do some amazing things. And I have to embrace it. I have to really know that this is an important thing, and lean into those fears, lean into that nervousness, and very much own it. And that's why I'm talking about it openly right now, is I want you to know that I'm afraid to do all of this kind of stuff, and yet I continue to do it and push through. Not necessarily push through so the fear disappears. It's never disappears, but just lean into it and acknowledge the fact that it's going to be part of my life. And make this open, so you all know that when you do these things, you really have to do something that scares you. So if you're doing anything that's entrepreneurial, maybe you're an entrepreneur and you're listening to this right now. I don't know. Know that it is very much, so if you're already an entrepreneur, you kind of know this, or an innovator, you already kind of know this, but know that this is a sort of universal feeling. And the more you lean into it, the more that other people think it's legitimate. That's where I think the key difference of where I was at before is I was afraid to tell people, and so they were owning me. But now I'm trying to lean into it and make it more legitimate, and so other people see that, hey, you know what, this is actually something. This is not some whacked out idea. This is actually a legitimate, real thing that is making a difference. My YouTube channel now, I think it's the biggest one in the world about graduate school. Doing a PhD in research and things like that, and also about like innovation. I think there literally is, I don't know of any other YouTube show that's talking about that. The website that we've built, the reciprocity platform, it is now a legit, real thing that people are going on it and looking at it and finding, opportunities, work, job opportunities, and it is matching. It does work completely, wonderfully well. at this moment in terms of finding editors and stuff, and we're building it and making it more innovative, more unique, more better every day. And knowing that exists, and knowing that I still feel nervous about it, but I have to lean into it and just be damn proud of the fact that I've done this. And I think that's where you all need to be, is leaning into your crazy, whacked out ideas and being damn proud of the fact that you actually did that and you took charge and you were leading in your own life. It's very hard to do that. And some people it comes naturally. Maybe that they're an extrovert. I'm naturally very introverted. I'm naturally not, I'm being in public, being in sort of public speaker or whatever kind of scares me. So it's not natural for me, but I do it, I lean into it, and I become a different person because I know it's important for you, and I know it's important for the legitimacy of not only myself, but also the project of what I'm building. So I encourage you at this moment, if you're doing something entrepreneurial, innovative, you're at a crossroads and you're nervous and you're scared and you don't want to tell anybody, I'm just going to say it's perfectly natural. I almost sound like a dad talking to their kids about, the birds and the bees. It's perfectly natural to feel like that, because you are going out and doing something that is risky and other people don't understand it. And it does look silly at this moment, but you got to stand up and you got to lean into it. You got to just lean into it and be just damn proud of the fact that you're doing this. You're the only person that's doing this right now. Nobody else is doing it, because everybody else. So here's the thing. This is why you need to be damn proud. Everybody else has those ideas, and yet they are too chicken. They are too nervous to do it themselves. And so they don't. And the simple fact that you're doing it and you're standing up and you're saying that this is an important thing, you're doing more than 99.99% of the people that's out there in this world. So just have courage, is what I'm saying. Stand up for things that are good, that are just, and have courage to just do it, to get out there, to balk at what the pressure that's around you, the nervousness, and get out there and just go do cool things and be unapologetic about it, that you're doing cool things. Now, one caveat: if you're doing things that are that are sort of tearing down sort of societal things, I would probably say no, wait a minute. But if you're doing things that are good, that increase the positive welfare of this world, do it. And be proud of it. Don't be afraid of it. Have courage. You got this.